So my name is Dr. Nicole Paulk, and I am the CEO and founder of Siren Biotechnology. Today, I'm going to tell you a story of what I believe is one of the greatest scientific redemption arcs in history, that of the virus. Let our story begin. Viruses have long been cast as kind of the penultimate antagonist in our pop culture and in our lived human experience, as the thing that is always evil. So this is normally how we think about needing to respond to viruses. But in labs all across the world, some scientists like me have been asking a rather radical question, which is, are we not really seeing the full picture here? What if not all viruses are our enemies? What if we could leverage the fact that they're very good at sneaking past our defenses and getting inside of our cells to use them as a way to deliver genetic medicines, to transform them from villain into hero, from something that spreads disease into something that could be used to treat and cure disease. So to kind of enter this world, we need to understand what a virus actually is. And at its core, it's very simple. It is just genetic material wrapped in a protein shell. Nothing more, nothing less. It has no conscience. It's just pure efficiency. But we can leverage this and allow these viruses to now, we can basically remove the genes that cause these viruses to make you sick and replace them with anything we'd like, any type of genetic medicine to allow these to now become basically nature's perfect delivery system. And if that concept of using a virus as a medicine sounds revolutionary, it is, but it's not science fiction and it's not the Matrix, right? This is viral gene therapy. So how do viral engineers like me actually engineer these viruses to be this perfect delivery system, to go anywhere we'd like in the body? First, I'm going to show you a video that's kind of an inside the cell view of what's happening inside a cell when it receives a viral gene therapy. So these viruses are like a package, and they need an address label so that they know where they need to go in the body to deliver that genetic medicine. Viruses have evolved to already be very, very good at getting inside of your cells and delivering a genetic payload. They do this already, but we can remove all of the genes that the virus normally has and replace it with whatever we'd like, so that way the virus can still enter your cells, but now has no possible way of making you sick and can just be used as a medicine. And right now, today, we are living through what can quite literally be considered the fastest pace of gene therapy in history. In the last few years, instead of one breakthrough every decade, now we're having one almost every single year. And we are right at basically the exponential part of the curve where things are just going to start getting faster. And so this is the exciting part of the story for me, because this is where my company, Siren Biotechnology, comes in. We took on the rather audacious task of wanting to bring, for the first time ever, AAV gene therapies to the clinic, but now for cancer for the first time. This is a disease near and dear to my heart. So someone is diagnosed with cancer in the world every 1.7 seconds. If that feels really fast, it's because it is. In the time it takes me to give this talk today, another 2,000 people are going to be diagnosed with cancer. This is unacceptable, and we need new therapies. So Siren has actually developed a brand new class of immunotherapy cancer therapies, where we're actually blending, for the first time ever, these AAV gene therapies, these precision delivery viral tools, with those chemical cues, cytokines, that we can actually blend these together into a single drug that we're calling AAV immunogene therapies, and it could potentially treat any cancer. So we wanted to go after brain cancers first because there's so few effective drugs and the unmet need is so large. The average survival of patients with the most common form of malignant brain cancer in humans is only 1 year. And we just felt that this was unacceptable and that we needed to do something about this. How do you take a drug that is meant to treat human brain cancers before you are allowed to put it in humans? The answer to that is you actually make mice with a mini human brain tumor. So first, you take a tumor out of a human brain tumor patient. This is a tumor that was going to be resected as part of their normal therapy. And then you can take that tumor, isolate those tumor cells, and you can actually genetically modify them to glow. So we can take these now glowing human brain tumor cells and we can transplant these into the brains of healthy living mice and create mini human brain tumors. We can image these mice with a special imager and confirm that the tumors are there. And you can come in and now test your drug. So in our case, we can treat it with our viral gene therapy and look to see whether or not the tumors are growing or shrinking in real time. And so what does this actually look like when we actually treat these animals? In all cases, the control animals will always end up succumbing to their human brain cancer because it continues to grow, versus the mice that receive our therapy where we can completely eliminate these tumors. So if we represent all the mice we've ever treated, these humanized mice, well over 600 of them at this point, if we represent all these mice here, the control animals, as well as the ones that have received our universal AAV immunogene therapy called Siren 101, and we start the experiment clock, you can see that within 3 weeks, how many of the control animals have died versus the animals that received our viral gene therapy drug, within 8 weeks, and within 12 weeks. And at 12 weeks, you can see that in no case have we ever had a control animal survive their brain tumor versus the animals that have received Siren 101, where 86% of all the animals we have ever treated continue to be alive and thriving. They have been cured of their brain cancer. But the brain is truly just the beginning, not just for Siren, but for the entire field. And I would feel remiss if I didn't mention this in kind of the current moment, that the US is home to gene therapy innovation. We're the envy of the world. This viral redemption story has been billions of years in the making, and we're just getting started. If you're as excited about the future as we are, I invite you to join the movement. Thanks so much.